Naruto, the Naruto podcast, is made possible through contributions from listeners like you. To help support the podcast and to earn exclusive rewards, head to www.patreon.com/NarutoPod. That's www.patreon.com/NarutoPod. Believe it!
Hey everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki, and you're listening to Naruto. Believe it!
Oh boy, Raj, are you ready to go record an episode?
Yep, man, I'm so excited to go up there, all the way up.
That's right, because we have to go up to the lounge to record the episode.
All the way, in the lounge.
Up where Morgan and Katie live.
And that's up there.
That's up above us. So let's oh, do you hear that? It's the elevator.
Ding, wow!
It just arrived. And okay, I'm pressing the button. Let's go inside this elevator.
And here we go.
Go on up, and I'll just click to the floor where Morgan and Katie live.
That's the floor,
And up we go on the... Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, what's this? Oh my god.
What's that sound?
What the heck? Dude, whoa, the elevator's not going up.
Oh no, we're stuck not going up.
Wait, we're stuck. Let me bang on the walls of the elevator. Man, I'm really giving myself an editing challenge with this one.
Oh no, wait, dude, let me try climbing on your shoulders. Wait, there's a hatch up there. Let me bang it a bit.
Anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
You gotta get off me. I'm starting to get a boner.
I kind of enjoy the view up here.
Yeah, that's what
I've never felt this tall.
I enjoy the view from down here, Raj. I'm looking up.
Liam, let me down. We're trapped in here together.
Oh no. Well, all right. Okay, so we should designate a corner for where to pee, because I gotta pee.
Oh God.
Okay, listen. That's I guess it's
we've been here before.
Yep. maybe I should maybe we should have a little. Maybe we should just talk for a little while.
Talking could help you not pee.
That's exactly.
And I really don't want you to pee.
Yeah. I feel like maybe. Okay.
It'd be
maybe.
Gross.
I'm thinking now that maybe I shouldn't be peeing in this elevator.
No. Yeah. It would smell.
But didn't smell. I'm just thinking about conversation topics.
Oh yeah.
Both of us.
Let's talk about conversation topics that we both talk about.
You know a conversation topic that both of us can talk about because it's about a thing that both of us did.
We did a thing.
And we did a thing on what day is it? And we did a thing on November 16th, 2019. You know what that thing was, Raj?
It was that awesome thing that we went to called Anime NYC.
Yeah. So, hey guys, welcome back to Naruto, the greatest podcast ever to be all about Naruto. I'm your host, Liam English, and today I'm joined by just the oldest co-host by how long they've been on the podcast.
That makes me Boomer in Chief.
Yes, Boomer in Chief of the podcast, Raj.
Hello, it is I, Raj.
So, for this week's episode, since we're stuck in this elevator, I thought that Raj and I would just talk a little bit about Anime NYC and what we did, because we found out that we were going to Anime NYC like literally 2 days before.
So last minute.
So we didn't really prepare any content making stuff. Like I didn't
at all. We
had
nothing.
Plan a video or have time to schedule interviews or anything. So we kind of just went to the convention.
Just pulled up
and like the only difference between us and the attendees was that we were being dicks about our press badges.
Any line, any cue, any one we met, we were like, press, go away. Yeah.
And it didn't always work, and so then we'd get mad. We'd be like, excuse me,
we are press! Stop talking to that person!
Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you know that I'm from Naruto?
Is that a 3-day pass? Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, so... What? We should just talk about it? Just go.
We should talk. Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So we wake up at the ass crack of dawn.
6.
Literally 6.
Yeah. Well, because the convention. So I went on Friday alone to like get a map of the convention, and also because I was supposed to interview Sarah Natochenny, the voice actress of Ash Ketchum.
Wonderful person.
Yeah. She's like insanely nice.
Complimented my hair, which is crazy because when most people meet me, they go, "Whoa, dude, your hair's so crazy," like in an asshole way. But she was like, "Oh, your hair? Look,
didn't you like ask about your hair product?
Yeah, I told it. Well, here's my hair routine for anyone who's wondering. What I do is, I take a shower. I do nothing at all, and then I let the water go through my hair, and maybe I'll move my fingers through my hair, and maybe I sing a little. And then what I do is
do you shower with music
all the time?
Interesting. See, I used to.
Yeah.
And then I stopped showering with. I used to fucking put on YouTube videos or like a podcast.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that because I saw this like thing on like probably ASAP Science or something.
Yeah.
Where like we should be naked more often, like because like it's good for like our own self-image, you know? Like people's self-loathing would probably go down if they just were naked sometimes. like I don't even know totally what I look like. You know what I mean? Because I'm naked so little time in like light.
Are you trying to put like science behind why you should get naked in the elevator right now? Start peeing? Is that what you're telling me? I don't like this.
No, listen. So like.
Get me the hell out
being
of
in
here.
that natural place and then just having your thoughts with you, apparently like it lets you think as if you were dreaming, you know?
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, I don't know. For me, I use my phone when I don't have Glenn's speaker that I steal so often.
Yeah.
He's the best for letting me do that.
Yeah, Glenn, $5 patron.
So I use my phone, and all you can hear is very distant music. And what I do is I do think in the shower, so I sit down in the shower and I let the water hit my face.
Yeah.
And I kind of cry a little, and then I hear the music in the background, and it's something like
That's
just
cool.
crazy.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I do think, and I kind of just plan my schedule.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, I'm realizing now, this is going out on the main feed. This isn't a Rio Radio. To be very clear, this week is just a free-form discussion between me and Raj about Anime NYC. Next week, it's going to be a clip show, and the week after that, it is as well, in case you missed.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, it's going to be back to your regularly scheduled, to the new arc that we just got to. Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
We'll get to that Konoha Crush arc in,
Spicy.
what, 3 weeks?
About, yeah.
In 3 weeks, yeah. I just want to be very clear. All right, so...
Oh, and anyway, to finish off my hair routine, what I do is
Right.
I put on all my clothes for the day, and then I lay in bed, and then, like rotisserie chicken, I spin around.
Love it.
So every, I do 5 minutes on each side, so staring up the ceiling, you go left, you use your phone, you then put your face into the pillow, and you kind of just let your hair from the back let's do its thing, then you face forward towards the wall from where I sleep, and then I stare at photos, and then I look back at the ceiling, and I do that for about an hour and a half every single morning.
Damn.
And that's why my hair looks like that. And then the wind ruins it constantly.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
You put so much, you know how people are like, what's the secret ingredient to this food? And it's like, oh, it's made with love. Your hair care routine is made with love.
And lots of spinning.
That's crazy, dude. Right, so Sarah, she is super nice.
Super
and
nice.
Really, she would be totally down to hear that whole story, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
But the thing is, the convention was really busy, and we got told we had an interview with her, but it was a press interview.
Yeah.
Which is just someone, it's like a fucking senator. They just sit in the front, and everybody puts up their cameras and microphones.
Which is awful.
It's awful.
It's
and
very impersonal. It sucks.
Yeah, it's it's impersonal as hell, and that's not what our podcast is
At all.
You know, we part of our joke is that it's like whatever.
Yeah,
you know, we say we're all about Naruto, and then it's 2 hours of
we're literally about to piss in an elevator. Like this is
This
is where we are right now.
This is just elevator. This is crazy elevator talk. But so I don't know if you saw the files when I was setting up the recording thing today, but there's one that's just called "Just Delete This," and then a bunch of text after. That's the note I wrote to myself. It was like, "Don't even try and edit this. This is nothing."
This is nothing.
It was a terrible interview, but I did make friends with her mom.
Yeah, super cool.
Oh yeah, they run. Sarah Natochenny has a foster animal thing that she runs. It's like she adopts a bunch of dogs and cats and shit.
Oh, fire.
Yeah, and then fosters them in her apartment in Queens.
What?
Yeah, and then just helps them find new homes so that they don't have to be put down in shelters.
Oh, that's just the best.
Isn't that wild?
That makes me so happy to hear.
Apparently, because she relates her pets to the Pokemon in the show. That's what she said in the interview.
She's oh my god.
So I want to
Wonderful.
get her on for an episode. She's done Collins before, but I can't put that out. Yeah.
It's not us.
So we went the next day. I think was that the first thing we did.
The first thing we did was we went to our press rooms.
The first thing we did was get fucking McDonald's.
Oh yeah, we had this breakfast which was hash brown pancakes.
We got the biggest thing on the McDonald's breakfast menu because we're two hungry men.
Two huge, strong, beefy men who need gains. And we got a fuck ton of food. Yeah. And in the moment, maybe not the worst thing.
Look, I was excited. I don't eat at McDonald's.
Yeah, I've never had breakfast at McDonald's.
Cool.
It was insane.
And it was like a business breakfast.
And then spoiler alert, so for 4 hours my stomach was just in so much pain. I was holding back so much, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go take a shit. So I go take a shit, and it was the most painful experience I've ever had. And mind you, there's 40 people waiting inside.
So you waited 40 people worth
Yeah.
of shits. And then 40 people worth of shits were also outside when you were shitting.
Someone tried to jiggle the knob of my stall, and I was like, "No, fuck, god damn it, not here, not Anime NYC."
Yeah. Honestly, though, most of the bathrooms weren't that bad. Like,
no, they were
considering
relatively
the size of that convention and some of those folks.
Oh yeah, it was at the Javits Center, and the janitorial staff there were fantastic. I saw one almost every second.
Yeah, it's immensely impressive. It was an incredibly clean con. Really, really. Oh, hey, this is good because when Anime NYC listens back, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is good. This is good.
I did like our time here.
Yes, they are very good bathrooms. As we all know, anime is from France." Naruto. That's an old one.
That's a throwback. That's in the clip show.
Oh yeah, that'll be next week if we talk about something that just doesn't.
But yeah, after that we went to our press rooms. We got our press passes and all that stuff. We put our stuff away. We got our business cards out.
Yeah, okay, so like fucking because we didn't know this was gonna happen. For the business cards, Morgan Williamson, our usual co-host. We host with Morgan Williamson and Katie Sideri, but they're not stuck in this elevator with us because we're on our way up to their room to record.
They're probably wondering where we are.
Yeah.
They're not calling us or texting.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do that when we first got stuck in here. Let me check my phone to see if there's any bars of.
Oh.
We got no signal.
Darn.
Yo, you know what it is?
What?
Because I'm on Sprint, and Sprint just fucking got bought by T-Mobile, I think.
Oh, I have T-Mobile.
Dude.
Oh, no.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah, I'm
oh
so serious.
God. Dude, no, because fucking Trump administration rolled back monopoly laws.
Fuck.
So Sprint got bought by this like foreign company that just owned it to sell it.
Fucking
like
rip.
They put it up the second they got it. And then T-Mobile bought them and everyone thought it was going to be illegal for years because now there's only 3 phone companies.
It's AT&T,
Verizon, and
T-Mobile.
Sprint T-Mobile.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
So if you're fucked, that means I'm definitely fucked because I'm the bigger one.
Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P.
And our phones say no signal, so we can't call Katie or
which is why we have to have a conversation between 2 people in real life. We don't have our phones.
Yeah, dude. After Anime NYC yesterday, Raj and I were so tired that we just sat in Grand Central. Like, it was like, bro, it was like a painting from the 50s.
Yeah.
Like, just two dudes exhausted. I mean, like, if smartphones existed in the 50s, that would be the shit like Norman Rockwell painted. Yeah, and we were just sitting there on our phones, too tired to talk.
And we both very much hate that when we're with people and they're just on their phones, just no one talking. But it was just a mutual agreement that we need to shut down.
Yeah, and it was like, it wasn't, because like I feel like also it can be awkward if you're with someone and you're both on your phone. It's like, well, God, why am I not talking to them? Like
exactly, like am I running out of things to talk about?
But it was very like a connective, like
let's go to sleep in our minds.
Help. Yeah. So that's just something. But so yeah, the business cards, we had to make them on such short notice that Morgan Williamson made a bunch of business cards.
Yeah, fuck ton.
And then there was a crazy maneuvering between me and Katie of who was going to print them. And then eventually I went to Staples on my way to the train station to go to Anime NYC. But Staples doesn't print business cards until a day after you order them.
Oh, fuck.
So I bought cardstock, uploaded the file to Staples' printer just in the back, and then replaced its paper with the cardstock I just bought.
Fuck.
Printed out the set of 8 with a ton of space around them on the cardstock that I like stole, right? And then I went over and I hand cut them all out with scissors. On my way to the train station, bro.
Fucking legendary movements. That's determination right there.
But what that meant is that Raj and I actually didn't have enough.
We underestimated how good of us, like, we were fucking great on the floor there.
Oh, dude, yeah, we were
killing it.
Yeah, and then we left a bunch by Viz's booth, and hopefully we're just hoping that people thought it was like Viz being like, check out this new podcast. But they might in the future because we've been. Hey, maybe by now. I forgot this is going out in January.
Oh shit!
If it is. Hey, our
bosses
or people we're working with or
what
whatever.
What if Viz buys us?
Yeah.
They might.
That's the dream. I don't know if they own, because there's a One Piece podcast that they like fuck with heavy, and they're like always cross-tweeting each other.
Yeah, well, the way I see it is One Piece needs to end at some point.
Yeah.
Even the manga.
But Naruto lives forever in people's hearts.
Always. The power of friendship is, like, by definition, just Naruto.
Yeah.
So we just keep going.
Yeah, dude. So when we hit the convention floor, we wanted to go over to the voice actors and try and schedule interviews, but they weren't there yet.
No, yeah.
So I don't remember. What did we do?
We started walking around a lot through just like checking out people's booths and shit.
Anyone who was wearing anything even a little Naruto related, we'd run up to them, and it was just like, hey, oh my God, I love your like.
Oh, what character are you? Oh, you're that character.
But see,
also?
I especially
you would sometimes throw in like a.
Sometimes I would rip out like the nerdiest like hardcore Naruto. Like,
yeah.
I feel like usually I keep up the normal Liam, just a regular old Joe, but then. At that convention, I had to go to a dark place. I had to unleash Liam, the kid with the Naruto podcast.
When that didn't hit me. You were like throwing out like your purest of fears and emotion into this thing. It was when the two people with the nine tails. Like,
and they didn't even call it Nine Tails. They called it Kurama.
And they did the colors. And you were like, oh, is that because of the...
Oh my god, you're right. No, okay, so mild spoilers. But yeah, there was this one person with the slightly worn Nine Tails pajamas and one person with really bright Nine Tails pajamas. And seriously, if you don't know Naruto, skip ahead like 30 seconds.
Please don't listen to this.
But I was like, yo, is that because there's a dark half and a light half and one sealed in Minato because the Reaper Death Seal couldn't completely seal it away? And so there's a light yin half inside of Naruto.
That guy smiled so brightly.
He was like, no, bro, he looked at the girl he was with and he goes, I told you someone would get it.
Bro, the amount of couples there who got exposed for not liking or like not even giving a fuck about
There was
Naruto.
one dude who was like, Kisame, right? And we were like, yo, who are you? And he turns to the girl he's with and goes,
who am I? And even she didn't even say the name right. Like Kisame. It's like, no.
But it's Kisame.
My god.
Yeah.
But then after that, we saw a bunch of cool boots. There was we got thrown into a pyramid scheme at one point.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. That happened really early.
Yeah, they were awkward. We there was these people with these boots, and we were just kind of telling them about like us and stuff because we had these like kick-ass shirts.
I think it was like the first booth we hit.
It was.
So
we
were on
first
like
booth.
There's a lot of stages of going to a con, and we were on like con high.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, yo, we're Naruto. Who are you? Give us your card.
And then they were like, oh, can you get us like celebrities and work with us, and we're gonna contact you. And we're like, oh, okay.
They were like, come to our place and do a live show at art, and I was like, whoa, I'm sorry.
No, what, a Chuck E. Cheese? No, thank you.
I'm sorry, you're saying in your basement and you have to lock it once we're down there?
Is that a key locked combination?
Yeah.
And then similar to where that joke would be going if we were to continue it, the next booth had a bunch of weapons everywhere.
Yeah.
So they were like assault rifles.
Yeah. Because they were like replica cosplay weapons, but they were like insanely high quality.
The problem is that it wasn't just replica. It was like Reaper from Overwatch's guns and like Vash's like pistols and stuff.
And then just a machine gun from Army.
Yeah, it's machine gun from Army. Straight. You ever played the game Army?
No.
Okay, so the military of the United States funded a video game called The Army. It's on Xbox. It's kind of so ass.
Have they not just played Call of Duty?
Right? Like, they didn't need to make this.
That's fucking crazy.
But there were so many weapons, and there was a lot of cool throwbacks. Liam was like all on Naruto mode. I was on Devil May Cry mode for most of the convention. I saw a lot of like Dante's and Virgil's and like even Nero's, surprisingly.
Oh yeah. And the way Raj's progression went, it was like, with your marketing, bro, you were like, it started out with like, oh, hey, I do you wanna, I'm from, and then by the end of the convention, you would just throw yourself at someone, and if they weren't defeated by the force of you jumping in their path, you'd be like, this is your future, Naruto the show podcast.
I'm a really good salesperson.
Yeah.
Back in high school when I had to, even though I was a stage manager and had no reason to sell tickets because I didn't give a shit, I would sell out the shows. I would go around and just go, here you go, and I would sell all the tickets they would give me. So I had like once that kicked in, for some reason like time traveled back to like 11th grade Raj. I was like, gotta sell Naruto.
That was so good.
And it was so much fun. And then after that booth, we went around. Oh, the My Hero games.
Yeah. So Bandai Namco had us had press play their games. And there were a couple of really cool ones. I think it was Sword Art has a new game.
Sword Art, has a new game.
New Tokyo Ghoul Re game,
which looked fucking crazy.
Yeah, the line for that was too long for us to go.
Stupid long.
Yeah.
And okay, guys, I'm just gonna say it now. We constantly joke about how if you idolize the Joker or like Yagami, you're fucking weird. Kaneki Ken, the main character of Tokyo Ghoul, is one of those people.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
If you've ever used a profile picture as him, you know the one I'm talking about. If you
This is like a very specific weeb message.
If you post things, look, it looks cool. Trust me, you can do it tastefully.
It's pleasing.
But so many people are weird.
Yeah.
And people who cosplayed as Kaneki at that convention were not. Even the Joker as well. I'll throw it out there too. We saw some Joaquin Phoenixes.
We saw several Joaquin Phoenixes.
We saw Ninja Joaquin Phoenix. There was a Naruto.
And I love the way you're saying the Hua. We're pleasing our French bosses. I saw a Joaquin Phoenix.
But yeah,
But
so
yeah, that
Justice
convention
Comic-
was quite the society.
It was definitely in a society there.
Which we lived.
We did live in there.
In which we lived. Yes, it's true.
And then, but the highlight. Oh, there's a One Punch Man game as well.
Yeah. Again, stupid long line.
Stupid long line.
And that
One Piece had a game,
One Piece Pirates Warriors 4,
which was fun.
Yo, it's so good. And actually, I wish those guys would make a Naruto game, because there's a Naruto game on the PSP called Ultimate Ninja Impact.
Yeah.
That's Dynasty Warrior style, and it goes all the way up to right before the War Arc in Shippuden.
Fuck.
And it's like, you can fucking play as like the Nine Tails against like 1,000 guys. You know what I'm saying? Or like a giant Susanoo and shit.
You know who I wish would make a Storm game? The people who made the My Hero game, because wow.
Yo, so okay, that was the game that we like waited for and played.
Like 2-3
My
times.
Hero One's Justice 2.
And it's kind of great.
Yeah, this is a game review. We're doing it from that thing. We'll talk about Carter in a moment.
We're gonna get to you, Carter.
Oh yeah, Carter. We'll be talking about you. I'll email this to you, Carter.
Just this one part
with the time code. Carter, this is for you.
Kissy face, Carter. But so the My Hero game. What you say? Words can bring me down, Carter. But so to preface, I know very next to nothing
about
very
My Hero?
minimal about My Hero.
Yeah, I read it a little in Jump, but like I've sort of fallen off. And
but
like, yeah,
definitely. Like how Naruto games did to me, My Hero made me want to check out the show.
Yeah, dude, I deadass might watch it.
Yeah.
And the dub is incredible.
It was, the game we played didn't have the dub, which it's a good sounding sub. I don't really mind, but the dub was probably, it would slap.
Exactly. And if they dubbed the game, you could get the story from the game.
Exactly.
Just like fucking I did with Naruto for a long time.
We played based off character designs alone. I played as this one dude who had blue hair and a bunch of hands everywhere, who I thought looked so cool.
I think he's like one of the bad guys.
Maybe. I fucked with the bad guys. There's this one guy called All For One who looked crazy.
Was that the dude that was on fire? Oh no, that was the dude with the mask.
That's and what's his name? It was like it was Endeavor, maybe. I think his name is like Endeavor.
He was sick.
They have some weird names.
Dude.
All For One, like All Might. I don't get this.
Yeah, it's so cool though, and like the map is like fully destroyable.
All destroyable, really dynamic camera.
Yeah, so dynamic that the PS4 struggles to run it.
Yeah, a little bit of a frame rate issue there.
When it comes to Switch, I'm not so sure how that's gonna look.
Ooh, crazy. But if you take JoJo fighting games, it's like somewhat of Naruto Storm mechanics and stuff.
Like Storm 4.
Storm 4, you like the cinematic dynamic of it. You kind of just, it's a good game. It's fun, and me and Liam had a lot of fun with it. The controls could be a little tighter, and the ultimate moves I wasn't really so like pleased about, but just fighting, just beating the shit out of someone.
But I did learn how to use the ultimate moves by the end.
Yeah, it's a really easy game to pick up. It's really accessible.
The counter system could be a little better, because I feel like it wants you to counter.
Yeah,
but it's not like.
I also like don't get because those fighting games are on like a rock paper scissors type
that
of
one
format.
especially there is like the your Quirk 1, Quirk 2 is like specifically rock paper scissors,
and it's hard to tell who's really has the advantage when you're playing, which could be good, but also it's more so of a gamble rather than skill.
Yeah,
which is. I
like how we know so much about the Storm 3 meta that when you and I play a game, we we can just unlock the meta.
Yeah,
we have the meta key.
We throw the UI Storm over it, like substitution bar. No, not pleasant, right? No, it doesn't go there.
Dude, I love how at one point when we were trying to teach someone to play, I was like, this isn't a game about your health bar. It's a game about your substitution bar.
When we were playing, we drew a crowd, and there's someone out there has like footage on their
a full video of Raj and I
just playing, and his commentary nearly broke my focus because of me going, "They did good with this game, y'all. This is it. They finally got it right."
And to be fair, they did good with that game.
Really good with that game, and they definitely did it right. Fix the frame rate issues. Get it. It wasn't done. We should preface it. It's we know what stage it's at.
It's not out yet. So I think it's a patch or two away though from being like kind of a must-buy fighting game.
For sure. Def, check it out. And if you haven't seen My Hero, we're probably gonna hop on that soon. So Def, check it out. Let us know what you think. We saw all those other games. We played the One Piece game.
It was like a real. Oh yeah, the One Piece game. I'll talk a little bit about it because I played Pirates Warriors 3. It's the scaling even stood out to Raj.
Yeah,
like, the characters that are giants are really giants in that game, and it fucking feels that way.
We played as me and Liam shared a session. We played as this dude who has ice.
Yeah, the
powers.
Ice Admiral. I don't know. I'm still in Skypiea, so I don't know that guy yet.
Yeah, I stopped watching One Piece after like episode when I stopped being 6, but
It's good, bro. But
no, it's good, dude. I just can't pick it up.
the manga's good, I should say.
The manga gets on Reddit's popular almost every time it's out.
It's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad. You know what? It's that type of dedication that could have kept Bleach alive.
So my roommate he just finished Naruto. He read through the whole
Holy
series.
shit.
Yeah, he finished 72 today.
What a glow up! That man was living like a terrible life for a while.
Yeah, he's so good, bro. But like he was talking to me about like how much of a hole in his heart he feels like he has.
Oh my god.
Because Naruto's there, and I was like, well, Boruto's not the worst, I guess. I didn't know what to say.
There's something.
Yeah, there's still a canon movie that you have to watch.
The snow one's not that bad.
And then I was like, oh, but if you want a manga that's like damn near as good as Naruto and really similar, check out Bleach. And then I had to explain to him how it ended, and it like broke my heart running through like Kubo's health issues and the early cancellation.
Yeah. Dude, no, it's so tragic what happened to Bleach.
But the One Piece dedication is great, and I feel like Bandai Namco really has like figured out how to pander to fans with this game.
For sure.
Yeah, it really gives you a really visceral sense of the power that you feel like those characters should have. So I would say One Piece Pirate 4 is definitely worth checking out once it's closer to release.
And then after that, I think it was our appointment with Deemo.
Well, that was at 1:30, so probably, yeah. Okay, so I've got the names here. See, so one of the Bandai Namco didn't have press pre-registration, so Raj and I had to wait in lines.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 registrations with 2 games. There was Deemo Reborn,
which was a rhythm game for PlayStation VR that we play. I believe it's on other platforms.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't talk about AJ yet, so we're gonna have to loop back around.
Okay.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah, AJ's kind of legendary.
All right, we'll come back to the AJ story.
Deemo in between the other game we went
Yeah.
to.
Okay. So, Deemo Reborn.
So we met with the.
It's a PS4 game in VR, PSVR game.
Yeah, this is my first time using PSVR.
Yeah, and that's why there was pre-registration on this one, I assume, because there's like a really long line.
Yeah.
And they only had 2 things set up. So it was Deemo Reborn. Sony Untitled is publishing it.
Yeah.
And it's like the console VR adaptation of a phone rhythm game.
And it was kind of. Well, we got there and we tried to do the whole.
So we busted through the line and we went up to this dude with blue hair. It's a beautiful,
wonderful, handsome lad.
A wonderful, handsome lad with just a very jolly energy. About him, and
I felt safe around him.
Yeah, I did. I felt like he wanted the best for me, but he didn't even know how to get the best for himself.
Oh, truly.
You know,
he's the real redemption arc here.
That's right, and his name was Carter. Carter, the rep for Stride PR video game publications. Carter Dotson.
Carter Dotson, you absolute legend.
Oh.
So we went up to him and we said, "Hey, we're here for our appointment."
And he goes like, oh gosh, no. You guys were the 1:30. Oh no, I gotta go talk to my boss. I'll be back. So Carter rolls off, and he's very dynamic, much like a My Hero Academia
very fluid
game.
person.
And so there are these huge lines in front of the demo stalls, and so like we're kind of like, excuse me,
we had an appointment.
We scheduled an appointment for 1:30.
1:30. We have press passes.
Have
you heard of our podcast?
And like people would keep trying to get into the lines, and then we would be like, sorry, press. Yeah. And so eventually Carter came over to us. And we thought he was going to be like, okay, we'll clear off one of these things. But he was like, hey, will you come step into the back office?
Which was like a closet.
Right, so what I thought was that there was going to be a private demo.
A private demo.
Yeah. And that's not what we got.
Not at all. We met with the producer of Deemo Reborn.
Yeah, Ming-Yang Yu.
And he sat us down. He was like, hey, so let's have a conversation about the game.
And then, so it was this panic moment of like, so we're not playing this game. We're interviewing the fucking guys who made it.
And mind you, all we know about this game at this point is the art that was shown on the wall, which is just the box cover.
It's this monster and a little girl. How the fuck were we supposed to make shit up off of that?
And the 4 seconds we watched when we were waiting for our press passes to check out.
Yeah, well, exactly. And this guy was like from Sony Unities, and he had like made this game.
And we sat down in this room and we he just wanted so we asked him questions.
Yeah, and we didn't have our recording set up or anything. It was a really good interview.
It went really well, surprisingly.
But we didn't
IGN hire us.
Exactly, but we didn't expect it.
Not at all.
It would have been perfect, bro. Dude, holy fuck, we really could have put that out and like gotten hired by like IGN.
For sure.
God fucking damn it.
Damn it.
But we didn't. I didn't have my laptop with me, and so we didn't have the mic with us.
We could write like a blurb. We could start off like a written version, and then just put it out and be
he
like.
would talk to us again if we called him up.
100%.
Dude, you and I are tight now.
Yeah. Me and us are the fucking bros, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he's so fucking cool. And like so what we ended up doing was, I mean, Raj asked a lot of like really in-depth questions.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
He really channeled like, if you've ever seen an IGN video before, I think you were just like, oh, this is it.
Because for a while in my life, I wanted to pursue journalism, and my end goal in life was to work at IGN.
I could have made your dream come true if I just recorded this fucking interview.
Don't worry, that's a dream long gone. IGN, ugh. Yeah. But if any other game ranks, I like you guys a lot. Please hire me. You guys are in New York, actually. Oh, hey, what's your name? Scott Baldino. Jake Baldino. You're from Game Ranks. You're like the main face of that shit. And Falcon. Hey, guys, hire me.
Should we tweet this to that dude?
I don't know, but or at least visit me. Come say hi.
Maybe Carter will hear this, and
Carter,
if he works with those guys,
Carter, get me with Game Ranks. Get us
Carter.
there. Get us there, Carter.
Carter, you made us wait in this line.
We review every one of your games, Carter. Good or bad, we're not gonna be biased here.
Listen. Yeah, we're not gonna be biased, Carter.
We're not gonna sell ourselves.
We know Carter. You want the truth, Carter.
Yeah. You only want the truth. It helps you sleep at night.
Yeah, Carter.
And the truth is, we love you, Carter.
Hey, Carter, we're looking out for you too.
Listen, don't cry, Carter.
Oh, Carter. Oh, no, Carter.
Come into my shoulder, Carter. Come here.
Oh my God, I hope Carter listens to this.
But so we asked him a bunch of questions. It revolved around the gameplay and the music, because it's a rhythm game based off music and all this stuff. And then we ended up talking about like Akira Yamaoka, who did the Silent Hill. He's really into horror.
Exactly.
Which blew my mind, because Liam asked him this wonderful question. I was like, hey, so like, because I feel like when it comes to asking people about their games and stuff, it's good to know the person, like what they like.
Well, that was what was so perfect, is that Raj kind of caught on that this guy was like a real ass hardcore game producer, and I've played like 6 video games in my life. And so Raj was like, okay, I'm gonna handle making this legit.
You did really good transitions, and you like wrote it when I needed to think of questions.
That's it. You asked actual questions, and I was like, so like, do you ever play video games?
That's my favorite thing. So what games do you play? It's like, all right. So he told us. Yeah. Liam asked my question. He's like, I'm really into horror, actually. And I was like, oh, what kind? And then I asked him about Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4, which surprisingly I beat really recently. So, and he started like gushing about how much he loves this game. So we talked about our favorite, which undeniably is 2. Silent Hill 2 is one of the best games I've ever like experienced. Please play that game. It's so fucking good. And it's the right version, the good version.
Don't you say 4 is also underrated?
4 is stupid underrated. It is like it gets shit on for being a very different demon than the other games, but it's kind of amazing. And I think the main antagonist there is an interesting case study that someone should do. Walter Sullivan is fucking crazy.
Damn, video essay waiting to happen.
No, for real. Look, real terror. He chases you in one of these scenes, and every one of these like levels he chases you through, he has a different weapon.
Yeah. Terrifying.
I'm in a forest, and all you hear is his laugh and a chainsaw revving, and it's not like a boss or he like will slowly walk. Blah, blah, blah. No, he just runs after you, and he won't stop. He will not stop. If you stand still for a minute, he's still coming, and
Dude, you're spooking me. Holy shit.
My favorite thing is the little bits. Every time he enters the same room you do, the door makes this opening sound. So it's like, oh fuck, I hear him. He's in here.
Holy fuck. What system was that for?
I played it on PS2.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and what sucks is that it's only on PS2.
Right, because Konami is the worst.
Exactly, and they didn't want they ported over only 2 and 3 and like all the next gen ones. With 2 and 3, the HD collection sucks. Yeah. It is terrible. Please do not play any of the Silent Hill games like that. Just get it on PS2, like the greatest hits version, whatever the fuck. There's better versions. Don't fuck yourself like that.
Yeah.
But we were talking about all this stuff with him, and he was gushing about Resident Evil 7.
Because that's in VR. And so is Deemo Reborn.
Exactly. And we even, my favorite question, you actually, so do you play Deemo on the phone? He's like, all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm glad he did. He was like, yeah, if you make a game.
I know. I was trying to see if we could expose him.
But he passed the test. He's a genuine guy who made this project out of love. And eventually we were like, all right, let's fucking play this game already.
Yeah. So he takes us out, and Mr. Yu goes over to Carter.
Yeah, and then he's like, Carter, take care of the boys.
Yeah, and so we took a selfie of him. It was on our Instagram story. I'm realizing that I can probably look at the Naruto Pod Instagram story for like a list of stuff we did because we took pictures.
Oh yeah,
you know.
But yeah, we took a selfie with the legend.
Yeah, we
Fantastic.
did. And we tagged him in it and shit in the Deemo game.
And then we we got a booth cleared finally. And
well, after a while, we were like, Carter, Mr. Yu has said we need to be on this.
Yeah,
we say we need to be on this.
And we had an interview for another game
at
right
2:30.
after. And we were cutting it close. I got into the VR thing at 2:12.
We were in the Deemo shit for an hour.
Literally an hour.
Yeah.
And then so we set it up finally, and then you know what made it worse? The thing broke down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Raj got all strapped in for this VR shit,
and it broke. Everything broke.
It was Carter too.
Carter broke down.
He was like picking up the headset to put it on. He was like all set up, and then it was like he like tripped, and he was like whoa, 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 and like there were like sparks and explosions, and it all just shut down. He was like, oh gosh, oh golly gee, guys, I'm so sorry.
We tried to be so friendly because definitely we've all been in car situations. We've had a job.
Because he's Carter.
He was
he's
freaking out. He's like, oh no, the PR people.
Yeah.
And, oh, this would break now. This is my luck.
I know.
He was.
And we were like, no, Carter, what
fine.
do you game on? And he's like, mostly Switch.
He was talking about. Oh my god, he was. We bonded over how me and him are really ass at roguelites, but we keep buying them.
Yeah.
And we play Gungeon, Binding of Isaac, all that stuff.
Yeah. Raj and I play a lot of Gungeon, but I don't think either of us have ever seen the third floor.
I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
We just make it to level 2 and then everything dies.
Level 2, then die in the next room.
Literally, like the first 4 seconds.
That's how you win Gungeon.
That's why we should play Gungeon. But then, so it finally works. We're set up. I'm in PSVR, and that shit is crazy, guys. VR is insane.
Yeah, so Deemo Reborn is like a rhythm game where you sit at a piano and like bang the VR notes.
And we should emphasize you sit because that was one of the questions we went in depth with the developer, because if you've ever known VR, anything about VR, motion sickness is a thing that happens often when you move around in VR. Like, your physical body starts feeling things and you can get really nauseous. So I was like, so how do you combat that? And he's like, well, you don't move at all. I was like, oh, shit, okay.
It's just a piano.
So there I am, sitting at the piano in VR. I'm like, someone turn up these fucking headphones right now. I'm about to get in this bitch. So I hop in the game, and I know nothing what's happening. All I hear are the voices behind me.
Yeah.
And
is it in, what language is it in?
English.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the music, it wasn't like vocal, it was very like just harmonies.
Yeah.
But the piano, I got like a 67 like combo at some point. So I was playing it and I was like, oh no, I got a 12 combo. They're all looking back there, and I was like, all right, time to break out the piano fingers. I went fucking batshit. That game is so much fun.
Did it really make you feel like you were Deemo?
I felt really immersed playing a piano, and it made me care about this little fairy girl and who has no memory, and the story's really like metaphorical.
Yeah, and it's
stuff.
like also a puzzle game where you control the girl.
Very similar to like Journey, like it's
it's
very immersive
style of VR.
Yeah, and there is VR Journey though.
Oh, I didn't know
believe
that.
so. Is it? I think so.
That would be amazing.
That'd be crazy. Someone get on that. Anyway, I had a great time playing the game. It touched my soul in such a beautiful way. Whoa. The music was so much fun. It was so easy. I was so scared I was gonna suck ass in VR. No, it's like so accessible. You just go in and you just go tap, tap, tap.
And Raj had an audience, remember?
I had an audience, so I was really shitting myself. After that McDonald's, I was holding back a lot of pain.
Right.
So I was going, I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. And for a while, I forgot I had to use the bathroom. I got someone playing the piano. Damn. I was like, there it is.
And remember, this was the McDonald's biggest breakfast shit.
It was painful.
Yeah.
I took egg sausage biscuit into one sandwich covered in like, what do they call it? It's not even maple syrup.
Wait, is it hot cake?
Hot cake. Was it?
Is it hot cake syrup?
Hot cake syrup, yeah.
Hot cake syrup?
It's a pancake. Who the fuck are you, McDonald's?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Why can't they just call it maple syrup or something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing for the Canadians. Shut the fuck up. You look really Canadian right now, actually.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, eh. Oh, no, eh. It's because,
I like how your Canadian go-to is, oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
If I met a Canadian person,
that's
how are you? Oh, hey.
Yeah, that's also my Italian 2 words, but instead it said like, oh, hey.
Stop.
Wait, that's also my Australian one, but instead it said, all right.
I'm glad these 2 words are universal for you.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a weird bit. No, but Deemo was really cool, and the producers seemed really genuine.
Very genuine. They were so down to earth, and they definitely cared. They definitely gave a shit about.
I think they get like art and music from like all over the place. So that's awesome.
Awesome, and it's so cool. And Carter, you took care of us so well.
Carter, we love you.
We love you the best.
I'm gonna email you for those games, Carter.
Yeah, Carter.
Because he represents a PR thing for games.
And we're more than welcome to work with.
And this is it, baby. You're hearing Raj and I review games right now.
This is it, and we're going to get to the next game now.
Heck yeah. We walked over to another VR appointment that we had set up with Shotaro Chida.
Legendary, man.
I never know when I say names that aren't in English, you know?
It's hard
Do you throw on an accent?
I try... I definitely try not to do like taco, like not like don't do that.
But I also don't want to be like that
asshole
at the fucking panel.
Yeah,
the guy who kept
we can't talk shit about him. He's like the president.
I know, but it makes me so mad.
There was a person in the crowd, in the seats.
Just this individual who really threw a lot of
terrible pronunciation.
Yeah, of Naruto stuff.
And
they kept being like Naruto.
Naruto.
Just say Naruto.
He said the word cement as cement.
Cement.
Which is
he kept saying sentences that ended in prepositions.
Oh yeah.
He was an official. Ending his sentences in prepositions. I don't even do that on the goddamn podcast.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of pain there.
Grammar, man.
Grammar's important.
But anyways, we went over to this game called Tokyo Chronos.
And so we got there. And after like we played like competitive like people pushing. Mm-hmm. We were just like low key holding our pass in our right hand, like we gotta go.
Yeah. But it was weird because at the Deemo thing, they really didn't handle our appointment super well. And it was all like, whoa, what's going on? How do we get this? But at the Tokyo Chronos thing, there was one Tokyo Chronos thing with a guy at it, and they were like, okay, you got to move for Raj.
Yeah.
And then I was over at they took me to a Spice and Wolf demo.
Did you play something?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna talk about it for 2 seconds because we interviewed the guy from Tokyo Chronos.
Yeah, okay.
But they took me over to this game for Spice and Wolf, and there were people in line, and they were like, "Oh no, we have to get the press in first."
Yeah,
that's how we should fucking be treated,
exactly.
bro.
We're not press passes.
Fuck yeah,
we're Naruto. Come on.
Yeah, and so I sat down. I played this game called Spice and Wolf. It was just like an experience. Basically, you sat, and there's this girl named Wolf, I guess, in that show who has like foxtails and ears.
Yeah,
bro. Let me tell you, I hope that girl is 18, based on that little VR experience.
Yeah,
it was just sitting looking at them, and like the game in quotes was, I guess, just checking them out and like trying to find an angle where you could see something.
Yeah,
like I don't.
It wasn't wasn't much of a game.
It wasn't. And honestly, if I was a fan of Spice and Wolf, like maybe only because like if there was a game where I could be in like Ichiraku's ramen shop and just watch people come in from Konoha, that would be kind of cool to be like, I don't know, like stoned in, you know?
Yeah.
And just like exist in that world.
That'd be fire.
So honestly, I can see the appeal, and I hate to say that because I hated it.
Yeah.
Like I was in it and I was like, well, this fucking sucks. But I was also like, but if I loved Spice and Wolf,
this would be a cool immersion
thing. This could be fucking kind of neat. Anyways, that was all I played. But then
I didn't see Liam play that because I was in Tokyo Chronos.
Right.
So they beat the shit out of people in line for me. Like they like rampaged them like just animals, and they sat me down, and I hopped on PSVR again. So I hopped on that, and this one, the Deemo Reborn, used the PlayStation Move controller, which is also my first time using that, which is not that bad.
Interesting.
It was a fun experience. They gave me a controller this time, so it felt weird in my hand. I was like, all right, controller.
Yeah.
All right, interesting.
Because I know you really enjoyed looking at your hands in VR.
I really do like looking at my hands in VR.
Dude, that's why I've always wanted to buy a VR.
Right?
Just so I can look at my fucking hands in the menu.
Well, speaking of hands, so Tokyo Chronos, basically it opens up with this little dialogue box that happens, and they're talking, and it's all like this whole like, who am I? Where am I? Blah, blah, blah. And then you see yourself in a mirror, and it's you. And then you just do nothing until you realize you have to touch with the controller. And then you pull down. Well, you have to look down, and it's your hands covered in blood. And I was like, well, what do I do here? And then I was like, well, I'm not doing anything. And then I pushed the control stick down, and he starts raising them to his face.
Whoa.
And then he rubs the blood on your face.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't think you fucked with this game.
No,
that sounds amazing.
That blew my mind. There were people watching me, and they're like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then, so this has been an internal debate between me and Liam for a while when it comes to RPGs. So when there's characters talking in a text box, for what I do, I read faster than how they type it out. So I I click the button to do the whole thing, and this is especially if they have voice like acting, like so. I can read it faster. Right. I get to it. I finish it. I absorb it. I go. Liam likes to sit through the box and hears the voice actor because if they put in the effort, you should hear it.
I like to say that at least. I don't know, man. I'm really far into Dragon Quest XI now, and like the voice acting in Dragon Quest is part of what makes it good. Yeah. But at the same time, when I'm on like a several hour long play session, I can read faster. Exactly. And it sucks because it's like the best part of the game, but like also I'm trying to play the game.
Exactly. So this became a conversation for the people behind me because they were like, oh wait, he's reading really fast. I think it's like this demo's gonna be over real quick. And I was just like, oh wait, do you guys want me to like? Cause I was just yelling because I had the music in my ears. Like, do you guys want me to not press the button? Are you reading this too? I'll slow down. They're like, no, it's okay.
That's awesome. Yeah. Was the voice acting in English?
Was it?
I would assume
not. I believe so.
Oh, really?
I think so. Maybe. Wherever it was. Wow. We're pretty fried right now, but whatever it was, it sounded great. Yeah. It sounded fantastic. So, and then the topic of discussion behind me was, you could definitely tell what kind of games they enjoy by how fast they read. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, and they were like, oh, this kid probably likes Dark Souls. And I was like, oh, I do like Dark Souls.
What the fuck kind of analysis is that?
That's insane. I wanted to ask them more, but I was like, I gotta focus on this game. So you enter, and you're in this a school rooftop. And guys, as an anime fan, I've never been happier to be in VR because like I looked around and it was just exactly what you're saying. If you like Spice and Wolf, being there was cool. I was on a school rooftop. It looked so fucking cool.
Oh, whoa, like you could like look behind.
Look behind you, see like the little water tower thing they have there, and then you see this girl, and she's standing by a little like fenced off thing. Yeah. And then she walks over, and then you're like, oh, what are you doing? And you walk closer to her, and then she's like, stop. And then you guys have this whole conversation, and then she just jumps off. And you're like, holy shit. And you like look down, you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then suddenly you wake up in an abandoned building. And there's this guy there. And he's like, hey, don't you remember me? And you don't remember anything. You have amnesia. You don't know shit. Yeah. And then, but this is kind of a thing I didn't get. Because the guy was like, oh, I don't want to piss off the person who claims to know me more. So I'm just going to act polite and pretend I don't know anything. Right, I definitely don't know this guy. And I'm just like, what? Why would you do that?
Could you choose?
No, that was all like on a rail.
See, I'm not super familiar with visual novels.
Visual novels are so the genre was a visual novel. Essentially, what it is, it's kind of just you reading a story with slight puzzle elements. For this demo, all I did was read dialogue and
to move your hands.
And move my hands a lot. Oh, I looked at my hands so much. It was crazy. And you talk to your friend, blah 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 blah, and then I believe he also jumps off a building too.
Holy shit.
And you're like, okay. And then this fantastic, like, that's the end of the demo. They start showing all the characters in like similar style to like a Persona 5 opening, where it's like character, what could be their story, who's the killer, blah blah blah, because it's a murder mystery visual novel game in VR. Whoa. And the game was it about like 8 hours long. Deemo's like 20-30 hours long.
Yeah.
So,
but that's what they were saying is that although, you know, I don't know if like 10 or 8 hours long sounds like a long time for a game. Yeah. But like for a visual novel in VR, that's crazy long. Yeah.
The art style was so beautiful. The music was fantastic, and I was definitely hooked. Definitely a lot by the premise of murder mystery.
I think the tagline was like, "I am dead. Who killed me?" Yeah.
There's like a huge emphasis on the mystery because that's like
so cool.
And we were talking to the producer. And
that's right. And so after the demo, Raj and I stepped to the side and talked to Shotaro Chida.
Through a translator. Through two translators.
Because they brought up a translator and then it was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm back. We were a wonderful person. I don't know if we caught your name, but you were so great. And we're so thankful that you helped us set that all up and stuff.
But even with the language barrier, I have to say Mr. Chida was like,
very
really cool and like
really cool,
really wanted to be like chill even though there was a language barrier, which was awesome.
He definitely understood like our smiles and our laughter, and he was very much joining us in that. And I was talking to him, and I wanted to know like murder mystery VR. What's the idea behind that? And he's like, well, he brought it up and he's like, when you were on the rooftop, did you look around? I was like, yeah. He says, okay, so imagine if someone just appeared there behind you. That would freak you out from like a 3D perspective. You'd fly back in your room. Yeah. Like that'd be fucking crazy. And the game can be played completely laying down as well.
Yeah, he's like, well, we made a bomb-ass visual novel, but also now it's like life.
It's a world. You can turn around. You can see people coming for you, at you at different angles. And That's insane. I don't think we've explored that.
Wow, when you put it like that, it really seems like he's like passionate about making something in VR.
Exactly. It's a very different thing. He's very passionate about making this not your standard VR visual novel at all, really.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, and we were talking about like influence and stuff, and they were talking about like how definitely. So the people who worked on the art came from doing anime, like they were coming from straight off anime. That's why it kind of looks like Persona. I wouldn't go as far as say it looks like any of the. It kind of looks like Persona 5. More so looks like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That Fire Emblem.
The crossover.
Crossover. Was it Fire Emblem
and Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei. So it looks more like that. But very vivid colors. Colors are definitely a big driving part of like a characteristic and a personality.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the cast, and all I did was see them. So it was an amazing experience. Tokyo Chronos. I'm so excited to try that out.
So those two games are Deemo Reborn.
Deemo Reborn, Tokyo Chronos. Check them out.
And I guess Spice and Wolf, something. I don't know. That one was. Should I look that up? No.
Nah. But
we didn't talk.
Check out Spice and Wolf. You like Spice and Wolf?
Yeah. Oh, I also played the Little Witch Academia Vroom on Your Broom VR experience.
Vroom on Your Broom.
That was pretty good. I like Little Witch because it's made by the people who make Kill la Kill, and that's like the only other anime I've ever actually watched other than Naruto.
And then
then we had like 2 hours to kill,
which we went back to play. Well, our plan was to play I really wanted to hop on Tokyo Ghoul's game. It looked cool as fuck. And then we get in line, and there's this kid.
Oh boy, is it this kid. Well, there's a lot to set the scene here. Like, all of the women who were working at Bandai Namco's booth were like, I don't know, man. They were all like, they didn't seem like they wanted to be there, you know?
No, they were just like college kids.
Yeah, exactly.
From like NYU type shit.
And but what was more interesting than all of these games was this kid.
This little kid.
That everyone, whenever they would finish doing their, like, getting people to the game that they wanted to play, they would come over and talk to this kid, who is this amazing guy.
And his name is AJ.
Yeah.
Now, AJ, we're not going to say his full name.
Right, but he had a first name, a middle name, and 2 last names.
Yeah.
He was very clear.
Very, very clear that.
Because that's the thing about this kid. Everything he said was a monologue, like a fucking soliloquy.
Yeah, he would just break into like these tragic tales. Mind you, he's 8.
Yeah,
this kid is literally
8. He's super small, super cute.
Yeah, we find out he's 8 because we talk about his siblings, and we're like, so how many siblings he has? And he has a younger brother who's 7, and so AJ's 8, and he has an older brother who's 13. And his older brother, in AJ's words, hates him
because, again, in AJ's words, his mom hates AJ's dad.
So their parents are divorced. And AJ's dad has a new girlfriend.
Well, okay, so I think all 3 of AJ's siblings are with a different mom.
Yeah.
And his dad has a new girlfriend. But his mom and his dad were there at the convention.
They were holding his line for Tokyo Ghoul because it was stupid long.
And AJ was hopping the lines, making friends with all the workers.
And he just he held no secrets back.
Yeah.
He was an open book.
And it was the way he said it. Like, once Raj and I talked to one of the workers when AJ wasn't paying attention all about AJ. We were like doing a live recap with her. And she was like, yeah, AJ said, yeah, I'm a mistake. Just casually. And
like, I was an accident.
He said his parents said, why did our marriage lose its love after you were born, or something like that. And that was just what AJ was throwing around casually.
If you were listening, he was saying it.
He was so upbeat.
And his parents were like an inch away from us.
Yeah, he was like, and I think the lady who was working there was like, so do you love your parents? And he was like, no, or something like that. Or do you think your parents love you, I think?
He's like, no. He's like, do you like your parents? He's like, I like my mom a lot.
I know, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, AJ was really lying down like the truth of society.
It was terrifying. I felt bad. And then the hard part was he was telling us a tragic tale while we were in line for like One Piece, and then all years ago, all right, you're next up. And he goes to the game, and he has like, he's on his tippy toes.
Yeah. Oh my god, but he talked about how important gaming was to him.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, my older brother hates me, so he won't play games with me, but I always play him with my dad. And I always beat my dad. He always lets me win.
Oh, yeah. Games. He was like, I played my dad in all these games, and he sucks, and I beat him.
Yeah, it was so weird. It was like this whole like character arc for this.
I felt so bad for AJ. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, he stood over there on his tippy toes, and the woman that we were talking to, who was like friends with AJ also, she went over and she like taught him all the controls and stuff, and then came back and we talked about AJ.
I didn't want to play the game. I just want to talk about AJ.
I have to say, Bandai Namco, if any of your reps are listening, get AJ back.
Yeah, please.
He was one of the best, other than the My Heroes dynamic maps. That was also pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's that and AJ.
Hey, honestly, if AJ were to record it, like, I would love to watch him review the One Piece game you played.
Dude, because he had like a normal 3-day pass or 1-day pass or whatever, and you thought that it was a press pass.
Yeah.
You're like, how the fuck did this kid get a press pass? But by the end of it, I'm like, because he would have an amazing YouTube.
It was so good. He just talks in monologues. He'd be like, "Oh, this game is great. Not as great as when my mom would tell me I'm a piece of shit and a failure, and I should just be better off leaving like this life." And
yeah,
it was just like, "What, AJ? What are you doing? Get a therapist, buddy.
Seriously.
Someone help this kid."
I One Piece Pirates Warriors 4. What's his therapist, bro?
It was strange. Being in that line was a weird immersion thing because I've been watching Law & Order SVU. I'm at that episode now where they parody an assault happening at a gaming convention. Which, and again, this episode features Toby Games Tobuscus and Logan Paul.
Whoa.
And I think I talked about it in this episode, actually, or the episode that's going to come out at some point. But I just
Wait, is it one that we already recorded?
I think the last one we just recorded.
So that will be an episode from November.
So in November, you're going to be hearing this. Reminder.
Yeah, reminder, 3 months ago you heard about this.
But I just felt like I was constantly in that episode, one of the bystanders just waiting to like, is Toby Games going to pop out on a Segway and yell about Minecraft or something?
Yeah.
Like the new next, like, dude... When TV shows use fake games, it's some of my favorite content because it's just a generic like 3D polygon shooter.
Yeah.
It's just like
this
headshot, super kill,
army. Yeah, the U.S. Army made this video game called Army.
It's so funny. Alright, and then after
we took our pictures with the One Hero camera or something.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we took some really awesome photos.
They had like a little photo booth that was free.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And then what is it? We went around.
I gotta say, we did that. I guess I'm a Shield hero now. It's like a show that Crunchyroll's doing. And
I was about to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to pop balloons
with the shield.
With a shield, and I didn't. I fucking sucked at it.
Yeah.
And I kept punching the ground so hard that I think I fucked up my knuckle.
It went so fucking hard.
I was scared, and then it didn't work.
Yeah,
it all flew away. It was so sad.
It was so sad. I went in there with the camera on, and they were like, "Are you going next?" I'm like, "No, I'm pressed. I was recording him." I like escort you out. I have like my arm on your back. I'm like, I hold it with him like after him. Get out the way.
Excuse us, we're pressed.
We're pressed. Or you're not gonna see this footage. This wasn't real. Delete all footage.
Yeah,
I will hunt you down.
Ooh, yeah, that was not great.
And then after that, we hunted down a lot more people wearing Naruto cosplays. Anyone who seemed cool, we checked back with the voice actor booth.
Yeah, we took pictures with like all of the there was a One Piece one.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
We took we have a lot of B-roll footage from a lot of amazing cosplayers. There's this fantastic Kisame cosplayer whose blade was covered in manga panels from Naruto.
Oh, dude, that was I think Zabuza.
Oh, who did I say?
Kisame.
Did I say Kisame?
Yeah.
Fuck, in my head I knew it was Zabuza, and I was like, don't say Kisame, I say Kisame. Zabuza. And I even knew his sword.
Executioner's blade.
Oh my god. It was covered in some fantastic Naruto manga panels, and it was amazing. We tagged him on our Insta story in November.
Yeah, he's on Miley's Instagram story.
So, in November.
No, I meant a post. It's a post
yeah.
From November.
And it was wonderful. And you're awesome. And every other cosplayer we met, there were some fantastic people. There was this Naruto cosplayer who introduced to their friend who was going as the Ninetales.
And they had like they were Naruto under the influence of the Ninetales.
They had such a wonderful attitude, and they were so fun. And I want to emphasize, a lot of the people there weren't happy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, so many of them just looked miserable.
They were so sad, and a lot of them were rude. A lot of them were like...
He'd be like, yo, especially Raj, because he recognizes like more of this than I do.
There was a lot of people who went as like characters I don't know. I'm a big fan of Neon Just Evangelion, and there was someone who came as Shinji and their Eva, and I was like, yo, that's so fucking cool, you're awesome. I didn't ask for a photo or anything, I was like, you're awesome. They were just like, thanks, cool, leave. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were dickheads, bro.
Like, why are you dressing up? If what's the point?
Why are you an asshole? Like, okay. There are people out there who are just recording and taking photos of cosplayers without their permission, without asking, you're an asshole, don't do that. But people are just going saying, hey, cool cosplay.
Yeah.
Dude, just say like, thanks, or just thanks or cool. Just don't
or
be
even
like,
just like don't be a dick.
just smile, wave. Don't be a dick. We weren't being dicks to you. We wouldn't do that to you if we were cosplaying. We were going as the Naruto host. That's who we were.
Exactly, and we were very nice as the Naruto.
There were two nice cosplayers who went as the DLC Troubles for Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, that was wild.
There's a DLC that came out on the console version, not the PC version. So there's this girl who had a sign on her that has
the Monster Hunter World
PC version, and this dude
with a fisherman's hat on and a fishing pole, and at the end of the fishing pole it said
the DLC's name, and he was wearing the console
that said Capcom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, they had the logo printed out. Yeah. That was so fire. Yeah. And then they were so nice to us. They explained to us because we had no idea what the fuck that was. But it was one of the most creative cosplays I saw there. But overall, the cosplaying was great. There were so many fantastic costumes.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of cool people.
Yeah, and then, so here's the big thing that actually happened for us. Because, like, all the voice actors were really busy. Yeah. And even though I talked with Sarah again, and she was really nice. Like, that's when we were
Sarah
talking about
was super cool.
But unfortunately, neither her nor Maile could actually schedule another interview with us.
Yeah.
So what that meant was that we were kind of feeling a little busted, you know? We played cool games, we had fun, but it was like,
kind of started dying because that was our goal. We wanted to talk to them again.
Exactly. And so we went back to the press room, and I was like, yo, can you get us anything for that Naruto celebration panel? Because Viz Media put on a big Naruto 20th anniversary celebration panel.
And Viz Media's role in Naruto is...
they published Shonen Jump.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Viz is like... it was like this company, I think, that this like Japanese dude moved to America, and he was in like California in like the 80s or something, and he was like, well, holy shit, it was when Dragon Ball Z was just coming out in Japan, and he was like, well, this shit's awesome. And I know it would hit big over here. So he made this company for like zero money. And since anime didn't even exist in the West, he got the license for like everything for like $20.
Holy shit.
And then he was just like, all right, so Dragon Ball VHSs, not even good quality or anything.
Fuck.
And just, I mean, of course it blew up. Because that was the first time anime made it to the West.
Fuck, that's insane.
So that's Viz.
And Viz Media, we went to their booth.
Yeah, well, so I wanted something at the Naruto celebration that they were hosting because Maile was there and so was Amanda.
Yeah.
And it was like really big. And I didn't know what I want, like maybe even just guaranteed seating.
Yeah.
Because you know how those panels fill up like the bees' business.
Yeah.
And
bees' business.
I don't know, I'm just making up phrases.
They do a lot. There's a lot of bees in a honeycomb.
Yeah, man, and that's their business.
Is that what it's called? Is the bee's nest called a honeycomb?
Hive?
A hive? But that's more for like wasps. Like that's a wasp hive.
Beehive.
Beehive. No, beehive does sound right.
So it's the bee that changes it?
Yeah.
I got you.
I like how just hive is evil enough for wasp.
Exactly, but bee softens it.
It's like
bees. Hive or beehive. Yeah.
Save the bees, guys.
Yeah, save the bees. Bee movie. Hey, what's the deal with these bees? Now this is just a stand-up set. What was I saying? Oh, right. So we wanted something at that celebration, and I went to the press people that Anime NYC was doing, and they were having a little bit of trouble getting in touch with the Viz people.
Yeah.
So this amazing representative, I think it was Kania. It was the two press people were Shelby and Kania. And Kania I talked to when I was there, and she was like so fucking helpful, but she still couldn't get in touch with them. So she was like, just go to the booth and try and find Lisa. So Raj and I had been to the Viz booth earlier because we took a bunch of they had a swag table that was like all of this stuff from all the different shows lined up.
So cool.
And so we just went over to the swag table and left a pile of our business cards for Naruto because it made it look like Viz was like here
at a podcast. Yeah.
So we did that like super secret marketing. So we knew where the booth was, and so we went back and we asked around for Liz, and this was like the pressiest thing we had. Yeah, even more so than the interviews, because Liz came out and she was like, "Oh yeah, right on. You guys are Naruto? Okay, let me get your name." And
took a photo of us.
Yeah, she took a photo of us and sent it to security so they would know who we were when we went to the panel.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and even I don't know if anything will have come of this by now or if anything will, you know. But she was like, "Oh yeah, we're always looking to like collaborate with people, and yeah, we work with the One Piece podcast, so like get in touch with us about working."
They were so nice, so welcoming.
Yeah, and
they went above and beyond,
and really seemed excited about like like the fact that we had this podcast,
which is so
stuff,
cool.
You know? Yeah,
they gave a shit. They like really gave a shit.
Yeah,
about
seriously.
Us.
So we had like guaranteed nice seating at this Naruto celebration.
So cool.
So we went, and there was like this
crowd.
It looked like
like church on mass, bro. Like, insane.
Like what do you call it when you mass exodus, you know?
Mass exodus.
Yeah, like all of these people were all just sitting there, like all just
with like the faint it's like Naruto OPs playing in the background.
Yeah. And they were all on their phones. It was kind of sad.
It was a depressing
all
sight.
these lost people. And so we went up to security and we were like, excuse us, press passes.
Press passes.
And they were like, I don't think so. Why don't you stand at the side of the line? And we were like, actually, Lisa from Viz sent us.
Like, Lisa.
Yeah,
Viz.
So he went inside and he was like, stand to the side, please. So we had to wait for a while.
Yeah.
But eventually someone from Viz came out and we were like, excuse us, can you let us in?
They started letting people in first.
Yeah, and we were like, I'm sorry.
We were told we'd get it.
What is this, the Deemo Reborn demo? You can just let people go before press? Where the hell is Carter? Let me speak with Carter.
Give me Carter right now. Get him on the phone.
Yeah, but eventually they came over to us and they were like, oh yeah, we got the text message, we have your pictures, so they let us in. And we got to sit way in the front, right next to the panel.
Way in the front.
Yeah, in the Viz Media seats. We were right behind Viz Media's Twitter
social
person.
media team, like the Viz Media social media team. They were like there and they were tweeting. Like they were watching them in action is crazy.
Dude, I've never seen someone do that job IRL before.
Yeah, that's insane because I just saw them. They would constantly post. If you've seen a story on like their Insta or any tweet made on that night during the Viz Media panel, I saw it all happen.
Yeah,
like live.
Dude, I saw their shit on like Reddit and Twitter that night because I follow them on everything, and I was like, I've been there. It was like Naruto and Boruto read each other's lines live for the first time, and I was like, I saw. Oh my god. Yeah, so Viz presented this panel, and the panel was done really nicely, and like Maile and Amanda, who is the voices of Naruto and Boruto respectively, came out, and for those of you who don't know, Boruto.
Those of you who don't know Boruto, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, it's a sequel series to Naruto.
I didn't realize it was called Boruto Naruto: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
They got to get that SEO, that search engine optimization, People look for Naruto, they find Boruto.
Yeah.
But it's a sequel series about Naruto's son Boruto. I know it's hard to believe, but I swear to God the manga's good. I swear.
The manga's good.
That's what I always say. Yeah, but it was an interesting panel. I don't know. Viz has this social media hype up dude. That's that guy we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I think this is fine. Just like he's quite the boomer, I must say.
Yeah. Well, what we're saying is we should have hosted it.
Yeah.
Like, we definitely should have and could have.
It was this dude who like.
Very out of touch.
Prepositions at the end of his questions, and they were all like really basic questions, and like maybe that was the job,
Yeah.
But just we would have had so much more passion.
Way more passion. We would have. They started playing a bunch of Naruto OPs to see if
they skipped the one we're on right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Naruto, the original season 3 opening is my favorite one, and they skipped it. They also skipped "You Are My Friend." Like,
dude, they didn't play "You Are My Friend" from Shippuden.
How do you not play that one?
Yeah, or Bluebird, the one that's like. Da, 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 da.
I just a lot of bad decisions were made in that part.
Yeah,
and then he started showing us manga panels that were his favorite,
and they weren't even like they skipped around so much, and they weren't even relevant.
Yeah, and then he was like, oh, haha, how did this kissing panel get in here?
Naruto and Sasuke
It's like that was funny.
Yeah,
that was cool. But unfortunately, every funny moment he made would get overshadowed by how cringy everything else was.
He was so cringy,
so
dude.
Cringy.
Yeah, so Viz, for the future Naruto events...
sit him down, get him somewhere, get us.
Yeah, get Naruto.
Fresh blood, new blood.
Yeah,
we'll do it justice.
Oh yeah, we'll get
21 and onward, we'll be there.
Hell yeah, we'll get people so hyped, dude.
So hyped.
But Maile and Amanda came out, and they were so fucking funny.
Stupid funny.
They worked together so well. They just like told stories, and they handled the questions very well, considering how like they must have been like, oh, this again.
Some of the questions that were asked were really really awful. They were like, oh, what's the power of friendship mean to you? Or,
yeah, but they really rolled with it.
Yeah, and
they even had like bits running through their answers.
Okay, that one bit where they had was like Naruto reads as Boruto reads Naruto. That was a terrible like take out the trash, son. Like,
dude, what the fuck?
What was that?
Where were the like inside jokes?
Literally,
make some references for God's sake.
It's like early video games when they had to adapt Japanese games to to dub it in fan translator for like American market.
Yeah.
And the American teams would just be like hip radical, my dude.
Exactly.
Like that's not who says that?
Uh-huh.
Like. Well, I say hip and radical and dude
but
a lot, but
we
not in that context.
Yeah, you cross over.
Yeah,
it's because we're not boomers.
Exactly, we're not boomers. We're just not. And
But it was actually,
they gave out some awesome prizes.
It was a fine panel because they were really funny. Like, Maile and Amanda are incredibly talented stage actresses.
Very.
So they really, like, they rocked. And then they kept fucking with the crowd, like, asking them questions with, like...
Yeah, they asked 2 of their own trivia questions.
And they were both absurdly specific and maybe even wrong.
Yeah.
They just wanted to fuck with people.
I don't think anyone got the answer, so they gave the closest person just, like, a pity prize.
It was so funny.
The prizes were cool, though. There were these awesome Naruto figures, like...
And the primitive skateboard.
Primitive skateboard. There was a primitive Naruto collab we talked about in
Back
November.
In November, yeah.
It's crazy we're recording this as if this is in January, so it's like...
Yeah, we're in one of those classic January...
What day in January?
January 6th.
Oh, dude. Oh, fuck. I'm going to be 20 in, like... What is it? 21 days.
Yeah, I know.
From when this comes out.
I know.
That's crazy.
Because I have your birthday episode marked in.
Oh my god, I have a birthday episode?
Yeah, of course you do. We record it the Thursday before your birthday, and it comes out on your birthday. And that's going to be in just 3 weeks, folks. Raj's birthday bash.
I don't even know what I'm going to do for my birthday, because now we have so much more, like, we have your apartment, we have other apartments, we have, like, things, people.
Yeah.
Like... And dude, like, it's gonna be insane. Like, that's gonna be crazy.
You should do something like off the walls.
I'm trying to get...
Make your concert on that day.
Oh my god, we should do the concert on that. Okay, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
That would be awesome.
Because then they'll have to show up. If you don't, you're a dick on 2 levels. It's my band and my birthday. Come on, asshole.
That's 2 Bs. You can't miss
You're not my friend anymore.
Yeah, seriously. Where the fuck were we about this panel? I don't know. It was, like,
they were giving out prizes. They talked about stuff.
It was the 20th anniversary celebration of Naruto.
Yeah.
They haven't announced anything for that yet.
Game wise, they had an awesome brief 5 seconds of saying, "Here's you like Shinobi Strikers, guys.
Here's DLC shirts.
Shirts for like 4 characters. Darui got a shirt.
Who the fuck cares?
Why? Who? Give us Storm 5. Put
Or
Storm 4 on Switch. Come on.
Yeah, Bandai Namco, what the fuck are you doing?
Not a lot of good priorities there. And then the panel ended with a Q&A, which we saw tragically get cut. And the guy, they should have ended it better.
Yeah, they should have said this is going to be the last question.
Yeah.
Not, well, that was the last question.
Yeah, because they let the guy walk up to the mic and then say, "Oh, sorry, we're not going to hear from you."
And he was like, well, can't we just do mine?
At least give people a cutoff line. Be like, all right, 12 people, boom, 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 and then there you go. Yeah. And then no, they
see all shit that would have been fixed if Viz
if we
had us host.
Yeah, we know what's right.
Yeah,
we know what's good. We have had better questions.
Yeah.
Oh, the questions were like, who's Boruto's dad? Who's Naruto's son?
Yeah.
Who's Boruto's dad's dad?
Yeah.
And then he's like, and it's stupid. It's like, shut up, guys. Come on.
So bad.
Come on. It's so. There's just okay. Only because it's bothering me on a personal level. Where we were sitting, the people behind, especially this one guy at the end.
What the hell?
Shut the fuck up! I hate you.
Yeah, don't yell out. You're not that special.
Look, I talk during events all the time. That's fine. You can talk. That's cool. He was yelling the dumbest shit the whole time, just screaming, thinking he was funny, constantly failing, and he would look over to his friends and they would have such straight faces and he would look for validation. He's like, guys, wasn't that funny?
Yeah.
No, shut up. I had this weird psychotic moment where after the show ended, I just wanted to turn around and go, hey man, listen, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
You made my existence here a horrible time. You're a piece of shit. But I didn't do that because I was like, listen,
I'm on company time.
I'm on company time. I have a press pass on me. But on God, the second this comes off and I see you, that is it.
Get Dave Mata to whoop this motherfucker's ass.
Oh my God. Dave Mata, you need to beat the shit out of someone for us. Just please.
Should have been that guy.
Should have been that guy. If we see him again.
So once we left the panel, we pretty much left the con.
That was it. We got our stuff. We handed out all of our business cards. We met all the people we need to meet. And we left better people.
Home. Yeah.
We went home. We walked all the way back to Grand Central Station.
Exhausted.
Just knocked out.
Post-con, like, depression. Dude, I had a nightmare last night, and I'm pretty sure it's because of that convention.
Yeah, no, I slept terribly.
Yeah.
That sucked.
And, well, then, because also then we went out all night.
Oh, yeah, we had, like, a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, our school had a cover show that I went to.
And that turned into an entire night of...
like, partying.
Nonsense, yeah.
I knocked out on a couch for 1 second at a party, and I was like, all right.
I slept on a chair.
And I got up in my room, and I was like, let's just go home. And then I turned down a cigarette, actually. He was like, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. I was like, I'm just going to sleep. I'm just going to knock out.
Damn.
Yeah. You know what pissed me off the most, though? Which is actually kind of surprising. My volume was on, like, 1, and the whole night, well, I passed out. My phone wasn't charging, and it played, like, 6 hours of music through my shuffle likes. And I woke up and I was hearing distant like buzzing and I was like, what is that? And I turned my phone, I look at my phone, I'm like, huh? And I see a song, I'm just like, how long were you playing? I go through like the history.
Yeah.
Hours.
Whoa.
Of shit.
So that's why you're shuffling and listening to what your subconscious already knows.
Exactly. And I was just like, oh man, I put my roommate through hell.
Yeah, dude. The way I slept last night, I think will mess with me like all week.
Yeah. No, it was bad. This day's like almost over. We're recording this at like 7 or some shit. I woke up at 11 and I stayed in my room. I'm gonna stay in my room after this.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go back home and just edit this week's episode.
I have to do homework and shit, and it sucks. But we left con and we got back and we did our thing, and overall.
Yeah, what'd you think? The classic section on Naruto.
Kyo.
Yeah, right.
Overall, it was Anime NYC is my first convention. And I saw a lot of great things there, and I had a fantastic time.
Oh, we played that runner game? There was like a phone demo
for
a runner game.
Detective Conan Runner is a mobile game we played.
Yeah, and I beat it.
Liam beat it, which is amazing. And you got a stamp for it, too, which is so funny.
I fucking loved that game for some reason.
Detective Conan Case Closed is a fantastic series. Please check it out.
Yeah, we closed that case, motherfuckers.
But, overall, I had a great time. I saw a lot of cool people. I met a lot of cool people. I saw someone in a High from Darker Than Black cosplay, which blew my mind. It like, made my fucking day.
There was a cool Naruto car there.
Oh, yeah, there's cool cars. There's awesome people.
Yeah.
Great games. Great experiences to have. And overall, I would love to be back. Come back and enjoy.
Yeah.
And if Viz Media's there.
Yeah, big thanks to, Viz, Anime NYC,
Namco
Sony
Bandai.
Unties, Namco Bandai, whoever makes Tokyo Chronos, and Sony Unties. Did I say Sony Unties?
Yeah. Carter.
And above all, big thanks to Carter.
Carter, you're in our hearts always.
Yeah,
you're a wonderful person.
I'm sitting here in this elevator right now, thinking about the Anime NYC and not how I have to pee, obviously.
Yeah.
I think this has helped me a lot.
It's like his spirit's here.
Well, that's the thing. I wish Carter was here.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that, and if he can't be here with me right now, as I would love Carter to be, I wish there was a way for him to get in touch with me.
If only there's a way.
If only, I think if Carter or anyone listening wanted to get in touch with us
when we're out of this elevator,
right when we get our
signal
service, they could hit us up on Gmail, narutalkpod@gmail.com. They could go to Facebook. They could look up Narutalk, the Naruto Show podcast. On YouTube, they could just go to Narutalk Pod. On Instagram and Twitter, they could look up @Narutalk Pod. They could use hashtags with stuff like Narutalk in them. That'll
we'll find them.
Draw our little eyes that away.
They can comment anywhere.
Yeah. On our website, narutalk.wordpress.com.
That's a website.
Or most especially
the
our
biggest
Patreon.
One. The big Patreon.
Yeah, patreon.com/narutalkpod.
This elevator has done a lot for me and a lot of traumatic experiences that I'm not going to recover from.
Mm-hmm.
And to afford therapy because I don't have health insurance. Thanks, America.
Yeah.
I'm going to need money.
We're going to need money from those patrons, and there's a couple different tiers.
Here's some benefits besides helping me through therapy in this tough time.
That's right. At the lowest tier, the $2 tier, you get into our Discord.
And you can talk to me through my tough time.
Yeah, and talk to us as soon as we're out of this elevator. We're going to have all sorts of even more stories to tell.
Just a lot of stories.
Find out about this guy Paul's card game. Find out about...
meet Dave Mata, meet Bobby,
Dave Mata.
And hear a lot of fun facts.
Yeah,
meet so many wonderful
and talk
characters.
to all of us on the daily, folks.
We are there.
That's
always.
That's only $2.
Only
and then
$2.
At the $5 tier, not only do you get a shout out on an episode of the podcast. We are not doing one of those this week, obviously, because we're so far in the past.
We're in an elevator.
Yeah,
now.
We're in an elevator, and I couldn't look you up. And
we're stuck in time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you would get a shout out on an episode of the podcast and access to Rio Radio, which is basically this.
Yeah, this is essentially Rio Radio.
Yeah, like this kind of free form, just like talking about just whatever. This is what Rio Radio sounds like. So, but with Morgan and Katie too.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, Allie and Emma jump on those. They're on the first two.
And at some point, we're gonna get even more wacky characters.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna want to miss this progression.
Yeah. No, seriously, Rio Radio is. Oh, and. Sometime around right now, Rio Radio 5 is coming out.
Oh, yeah. Check out Rio Radio 5.
Our favorite things about 2019. So hear all of the hosts' top 5 things from 2019 on some Rio Radio that's coming out really soon.
Yeah. Be excited for that.
Yeah. And maybe it's out right now at the $5 tier. I don't know. I'm in an elevator.
Send us your favorite things.
Yeah,
recap
please
us.
do. And then at the $10 tier, obviously you get a shout out on every episode.
Every episode.
When I'm in this elevator, I can only think, maybe there's more than 2, now.
Maybe, yeah.
But when I'm thinking about,
In our
which is
final
Anime
moments,
NYC. Like my mind's back there in the past,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking about Nina Kelly and Dave Mata.
The two best wonderful people.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If they were here, but we wouldn't even be stuck in this elevator.
Exactly. Dave Mata could rip these doors open, and Nina would rip us from above like an angel.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Normally we would read out whatever you sent us on this part, but again, we're stuck in an elevator. So
Yeah,
you know
there's
what I mean?
no service or nothing.
But, if you're listening to us out there, if you found this tape and we haven't died, please like, subscribe, rate, whatever you do wherever you are. Leave a 5-star review. I'll read those out. I read one of those out on every episode of the podcast, except this one because I'm stuck in an elevator.
Yeah.
But, they're good for our algorithms or whatever.
If we were to die, all of that stuff would help us out a lot.
That's right, yeah.
We want to be famous after we die,
yeah,
too.
you can just leave a 5-star review in the podcast app. That's That's so easy.
So easy.
So easy that Carter wouldn't accidentally break a phone trying to do it. Oh, Carter.
Leaving a 5-star review is easier than breathing, and you breathe all the time. You're doing it right now, so how about you just leave a 5-star review?
What did you say the other day? You were like, dude, I'm so good at breathing or something like that.
I was like, all I do is breathe.
Yeah, that was so good. But yeah, tell your friends. That's always fun. Big thanks to Glenn Federico and Ali Caruso, who do our episode art and our logo art, etc.
Wonderful people.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? We're stuck in this elevator still, and a whole episode has gone past.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, and I still have to pee.
No.
So we're gonna have to talk about something else. You know what we could talk about?
What?
Is all of the good times we had. I mentioned to Ali and Emma earlier. What if we did a clip style-esque show where the two of us just talked about all of the good times with Ali and Emma?
Well, if we're gonna die, in this fucking elevator,
we might as well, right?
I would love for my final moments to be not covered in your pee, but rather remembering my good friends Ali and Emma.
Yeah.
And the wacky times they said a bunch of stuff.
So I would reckon tune in next week if you want to hear Raj and I continuing to be trapped in this elevator. And we'll remember all of the fun things that were said in the classic edition of Naruto, the Naruto podcast. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that a solid thing?
I hope so.
If you were listening to this, would you be like, I understand what's coming next week?
Yeah, I get it. They're still stuck there.
Yeah, we're just stuck in an elevator.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Oh God, the lights went out.
I wish. Oh God. Now that
it's dark.
Shit. All right. Well, wherever you are out there, I just want to say thanks for listening.
You're the best.
And as always, be safe, have fun, believe it.